means more energy, means more adventure. Pure Oxygen, natural spring water infused with more oxygen to improve your energy, immunity and performance. The next generation of hydration. Pure Oxygen, nature's ultimate water.
My goal is to walk Rocco on the beach instead of the sidewalk. Get Michael to school on time. Go shopping with Danny. Finish today's race. What's your goal?
Ensure Max Protein helps me achieve my goals. It provides 30 grams of high-quality protein to help keep muscles strong and the nutrients my body needs.
Ensure Max Protein users reported feeling more energy in just 2 weeks. Take your routine to the max with Ensure Max Protein.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Barcast Podcast, another episode, a different format this time, so don't forget, of course, drop a comment down below and let us know what you think of this format. We're going to be using different formats, different technology. We're trying to get the Barcast Podcast as big as possible. George just always buying gadgets, so we got fun uses for them, right George?
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, so it's the Barcast Podcast. I want to thank the sponsors and let George do that.
Yeah, so the sponsors are, of course, Cure Oxygen Water, Pedialyte from Pharmacy Sales, and we have some sponsors on board for the Coast to Coast, Automotive Art, and Isuzu D-Max from Simpson Motors.
Coast to Coast is, by the time you all guys see this, we already have your registration closed, so sorry for you if you're not a participant. Congratulations to you if you got in to the final cut. But what we need though is for people to come out on the day though.
Correct. So yeah, we dropped the t-shirt today. I think, I don't know who Teague has got working for him, but the person's doing some really good designs.
It's definitely not Teague then. It's definitely not Teague. It's handiwork.
But yeah, but it's a really nice t-shirt design. So if you register, that's included in your registration. Everybody's been asking me if they can buy one. No, these are not bought. They're earned.
So people that are working hard on the 26th.
Correct. You have to come and do the event to get one of those t-shirts. So, you know, by the time this comes out, like you said, there'll be registration be closed. So you can't even go in and register just to get one. And yeah, but I think it's important to come out and give the athletes some support. You know, we know what these lead-up events are about. These lead-up events are about bringing more awareness to bar. People who've never heard of bar before, they see the action, they see the activity, they ask questions about what it's about, and they discover bar through some of these lead-up events.
Yeah.
Barfit Games did that for sure, and we're hoping that Coast to Coast does that as well.
Everybody knows the route for Coast to Coast is from Bath Beach in St. John all the way down to the Boatyard, the easiest possible route except for Pothouse Hills, which is included, but it's the most difficult part of it.
Most direct route.
Yeah, the most direct route.
Right.
So we're coming straight down from Goy Hill Pavilion, straight down past Pool Woods, past Lemon Arbor, straight to Golden Ridge, down Gun Hill. So I'm just calling out these places so you would know that some people might want to stop by Orchid World and watch the teams pass by. You might want to stop in Four Roads by the gas station by Rubis. There's also a good vantage point there by the St. George Parish Church.
Correct.
That's a good place for some people to and then obviously you got the roundabout Norman Nels roundabout there, right there where Paddy guys to sell the tires. That's a good place to meet up with your friends. Rubis again, as I mean they're not sponsored, but the Rubis on top of my life. So let's come out and line the road, find parts on the road to stop and encourage us. Right there by the Belchis Post Office, you're going to need some people there as well. So,
even though that's close to the end, that seems to be where people start to fade a lot. So yeah, all along the road, and obviously you'll be at the Boatyard as well to welcome the athletes in. Treat it like the rally, you know, follow the course, jump in front and give them some support, jump in front again until we get all the way down to the Boatyard.
Yeah, so all we're doing is calling out people, and of course, coming out to watch is absolutely free. Yeah, so we're starting at what time again?
4:30 a.m. on Sunday, June 26th. And a lot of people have been training for this event this time. Like last time, it was kind of a very impromptu thing. There wasn't much time to prepare for it.
A lot of people wondering if it can actually be done first.
Correct. Yeah, but 100 people still did it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, 80 actually doing it and the other 20 driving support.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we know it can be done. And now it's about how fast we can do it, you know. And some people are out there to compete, and other people are out there to complete. So we know it can be done, but just come out and give the guys a hand and applaud them all the way in from Bath to Boatyard.
Yeah, and then I guess immediately after the Coast to Coast, you're going to be jumping into what will be big bar training then in essence.
Correct. So we did, last year we did a 6-month lead up, and I think that worked pretty well from my perspective of actually getting the race ready. You know, it could probably finish a couple weeks earlier for me.
Yeah.
But I was happy to get out there and do some training with the guys and get them that little extra work just to get ready. So we're starting the week after Coast to Coast. We have like a week to get the pictures up and, you know, do the kind of review with sponsors and so on. So on July 4th will be the new block. Monday. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I'm gonna try and do things a little differently this time. I think we're gonna try and tailor the training based on the events you're doing. So everybody needs to get the same skills, of course. Everybody's kind of going to be exposed to the same terrain roughly. But I think that from a speed perspective, if you're doing the individual race, yes, you need the endurance, but you also need to generate that speed. So the Saturday morning running session, for those people who are doing the 3K, is going to be more like a speed work session for middle distance runners.
Right.
That's where you're going to try and improve your VO2 max, improve your flat speed, so that, you know, you can actually maybe see Darren finish this time.
right.
Rather than finishing 5 or 10 minutes later. And then the guys who are doing the corporate challenge and who are doing the 10K team challenge and who are doing the open wave for the longer distances, we'll train them on a different venue, kind of more, you know, your 5K runs, your 7K runs, and build their distance so that because obviously they have a lot more running to do.
Yeah.
So that's how we're going to try and do it. And make it a little bit more focused and a little bit more targeted to the athletes.
Also, because of the difference with the two races, and I can't really speak with any degree of expertise. George is the expert here, but as we always say, the 3K race versus the longer race. The 3K race is a series of sprints. It is very obstacle dense, whereas the longer races, you got these long sessions.
You do have stretches where you can actually open up your legs and run.
And because it lasts longer as well, you need more endurance.
Yeah, you need more endurance even just from a recovery perspective. So, you know, you come and you do something heavy, you need the endurance base to recover to get to the next thing. You know, you could be out of breath for that whole 3K. Seriously, you could be redlining that whole 3K and be just puffing. But if you do that over the longer distance, you will redline and you will blow up.
Yeah, you will blow all the way up. Yeah, okay, so you got different types of training based on what people, I mean, you're going to got some people like myself and the real thing that we're doing everything. We do the team event and we're doing singles.
Well, I know that, I mean, the 3 sessions a week for anyone who's looking to be competitive probably isn't going to be enough. So I would say, if I had a recommendation for everybody across the board, I would say add in a long, easy run. And that long, easy run, you know, traditionally most people do that on Sundays. And the way that our training is set up, it actually works well to do it on Sundays. Because even if you were to come out and do, you know, 4x800 on the Saturday, a long, easy run on the Sunday would help you recover before the Monday session.
Right, okay.
Right?
But
So,
you got to make sure I'm going easy on that Sunday run. But
this is the thing, people. The easy run is supposed to be easy. I cannot tell you how many times I've started writing programs for people. Programming an easy run. They start to get some fitness. And then it was like, but I was feeling good. So, I mean, you look at their profile, they're all in the yellow and the red just because they were feeling good. That run has a very specific purpose. And you should stick to it being easy. What will happen over time is that you start out running easy and maybe you're doing a 7 minute per K pace.
Yeah.
And as you stay with that same heart rate, in 6 or 8 weeks' time, you realize you're running at the same heart rate, but now you're doing 630.
Oh.
And 6
You
weeks
got to
later,
trust the process.
Yeah, you got to trust the process. 6 weeks later, you're staying at that same heart rate, but now you're doing 6 minutes, and so on and so forth, because you become much more efficient, right? Your cardiovascular system becomes much more efficient. Your body becomes better at actually extracting the oxygen from the blood, so you don't have to work as hard to do the same amount of work.
Right. So, long, easy runs, remember?
Yes. And that is the standard. That should bookmark your week.
As you said, speaking of that though, I think you mentioned the Mondays, the Wednesdays, and the Saturdays to start the first block. Mobility.
Right.
That was normally what we'd be looking for on a Sunday. Would you be doing the mobility workouts again this year?
Yeah, we're going to start to add the mobility workouts, I think, once we add the second and third blocks, so we have kind of more of a mass of people. But you can do both. In fact, the two of them actually go quite well together.
Right.
So you could get up in the morning, for example, and do your long, easy run, and then come and do the mobility.
Right.
Or if you find that you just take a long time to warm up and your hips is be stiff, and you can come and do the mobility first and then go on your long, easy run. These 2 sessions aren't going to... There's something called interference, where the theory is that if you train the one energy system and the other 2 close together, the aerobic or the cardiovascular let me say that again. If you train strength and endurance 2 close together, your body adapts towards the endurance side.
Okay.
So that's called interference. So when you're going to do 2 of those sessions on the same day, the data tells us that you should separate those sessions by at least 5 hours.
Okay.
So if you were going to do a strength training session in the morning, come back in the evening and do your cardio, but don't do a strength training session and go straight out for your long run.
Okay.
Because you're going to lose kind of the strength benefits.
Okay. So you got that, guys. This is getting to a really in-depth podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I like to geek out on the training aspect of things, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So training starts July 4th. How do you register for that?
Just DM the page or WhatsApp me. In those blocks at the gym where we're going to be working on the rig, even though COVID is over, we found that 12 was a comfortable number for those workouts. And so we're going to keep limiting that number to 12 where we're out in the countryside and we have more space and we can do whatever we want. And then all we're limited by is the equipment.
Yeah.
So we can take those numbers up to, even a little bit more than 12, but still comfortable. Again, last year we had to cap them at 20 because of the COVID regulations, and I think that was a nice number.
20 is a big, but 20 people also in the country in the middle of the year. I love y'all, man.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
Listen, I know it's hard to be turning away people sometimes.
Yeah.
But for me, 20 makes things manageable. I can interact with everybody. I can see everybody. Nobody really gets left really far behind. So if you want to be in this first block, go ahead and DM me as soon as possible or DM the page. Let us get you locked in. There will be other blocks coming. I'm sure there's going to be a Tuesday, Thursday block, but let me fill up this one first. Then we'll add another one and we'll add another one, just like we did last year. By the end of the year, we had probably 6 different blocks. Right?
Had a lot. Yeah, now they have Friday evening blocks, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Had a lot going on. You starting in St. John again?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the things with being at PEG is that you don't necessarily you want to be very comfortable in your environment and you want to know every nook and cranny from a competitive perspective, but you don't want to turn up on race day feeling flat because there's no excitement about being in this place.
Right.
And I think that from being too familiar with the venue, you can get there and it's like, oh, it's just another day, and you may not be able to get yourself up. That nerves are actually a good thing if you can channel them, right? So starting in St. John and doing a couple blocks there and then progressing to PEG and having 3 months to show all the different aspects around the race.
Because you're going to have your Amarone Trust 5K as well.
Correct.
So you're going to get very familiar with PEG anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
But rather than do it for 6 months, we condense it into maybe 3 and spend some other time. Because trust me, if you're out in St. John and we're doing them hills, you're getting enough work.
No, I actually prefer St. John. I love the 5K route up there. I felt like the trail aspect of that was really dope.
Yeah.
And then I just love Green Hill.
Right.
So in fact, we don't really have like a Green Hill in PEG.
Right.
The only thing that I miss that Green Hill and running back to George's house. But
the only thing you have is Horace Hill, but it's not the same.
Not the same as Green Hill. It's
Same.
definitely not. You can't really give me a carry on a horse in there. Not for the whole hill.
Well, you just gave me an idea.
Oh dear. Sorry about that, man. Bears. I know I told you earlier in the podcast.
I feel like that should be something that goes into the big bar in December, like a carry up Horace Hill. That would be pretty sick.
That would be. I feel probably to the basketball court.
Yeah,
From the exit to the forest to the basketball court.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That would make it different.
Blame Salt.
Yeah, blame me. I can blame me for that, but I don't thief. But I feel we already got a partner carry late, so
At the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, but it can be hard. But I know people will put down one of the car when the thief in.
Right.
But carry. I think though, honestly, something to carry up there.
Yeah, for sure.
As opposed to just running uphill.
Correct. Yeah, I agree for sure, 100%.
All right, so we heard it here on the podcast first. I'm looking out for the DMs to the people that say, "So you mad? You mad? Who you going to tell George Sofa?" Anything else we need again in this podcast today, though?
Well, I think as far as the training is concerned, we're going to have 2 opportunities to do skills when we get into like the second and third block, and I think that's important because, last year was just kind of the one opportunity on the Monday, and then the other days would be running and carries until we got the rig up.
Yeah.
Right. So now the rig is still up. We're not going to take it down. So as things progress and we move from St. John to PEG, we'll have skills on the Monday and we'll have skills included in the Wednesday workout as well. And that's important because we're adding a couple skills this year. We're definitely looking to add Gibbons. For sure.
Train us hard from the beginning. They should be in block 1.
We're definitely looking to add Gibbons, and especially for the individual. If you follow the OCR World Championship page, Gibbons is in this year. So they've sent out an email actually like how to train for Gibbons and how to approach Gibbons, because Gibbons is definitely in if you're going to OCR World Championships. So if you didn't qualify last year, but you're looking to qualify this year, you want the time on Gibbons because it does take some time to master. So we'll have them pretty early on for everybody to get a chance.
All right, sounds good. I already get myself mentally prepared for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get them once before, so hopefully.
Yeah. You're a completely different athlete now, anyhow. So.
Yeah, and what else do we have to take?
Yeah, so I think that's it for now. Just go to the page, register for all the events coming up, share the post with your friends. It's really now with the real push now. In July, we don't have any events because that's when we start the actual blocks of training.
Yeah, so that's on the calendar for July. Start training.
Start training, exactly. July is all about getting you guys started in the blocks, getting you out there, getting you familiar with the skills. Skills take time, people. So don't give up on them. Be patient. But the more time you put in, the easier they come. So looking forward to seeing you guys July 4th. The first block of training, and look out for the page for the subsequent blocks coming. There'll be definitely a Tuesday, Thursday block, and we'll add them as we see fit.
Here again, guys, start practicing your burpees. Start getting comfortable with your burpees, guys. It's burpee season.
Well, yeah, if you got all the skills, you don't do burpees, so come and do the skills.
Yeah, my strategy this year is to get very comfortable with burpees, so I'm not even going to be worried about the skills. If I fail them or not, that's just burpees.
Right. I got to say, from these videos, there's we're going to have to be very much more strict with our marshals on these burpees because I did not see hand release burpees in that women's.
Because we got camera crew and everything.
Yeah, even like the men's. Woo, I'm telling you,
looking burpees.
Terrible. So we definitely can tighten up those burpees for you guys.
All right, guys, that's it for the Barcast podcast for this episode. Don't forget, come out and support the Coast to Coast athletes. June 26th. I'm sure this podcast is going to be out long before then, so make sure you get your crew out, come out and support. Thank you very much to all the sponsors of Coast to Coast, and thank you very much to all the sponsors of the Barcast podcast. We couldn't do it without you guys. And remember, guys, live, breathe, eat bar. Never, ever, ever stop talking about bar. And share this with a friend.
More oxygen means more energy, means more adventure. Pure Oxygen, natural spring water infused with more oxygen to improve your energy, immunity, and performance. The next generation of hydration. Pure Oxygen, nature's ultimate water.
My goal is to finish my morning run and help Natalie with her test. Ensure Max Protein provides 30 grams of high-quality protein to help keep muscles strong, satisfy hunger, along with other key nutrients my body needs. Take your routine to the max with Ensure Max Protein.